Have you ever achieved something you thought would change your life only to feel empty afterward? You worked tirelessly, reached your goal, yet a strange sense of dissatisfaction lingered. You're not alone. This is something every human experiences at some point. There's an invisible force guiding our choices, shaping our desires, and driving our actions, often without us even realizing it. It's not money, fame, or even success itself. It's something deeper, something that fuels our very existence. Every decision you make, from the smallest daily habit to the life-changing choices, is influenced by fundamental human needs. These needs are the unseen currents beneath the surface of our lives, steering us toward comfort, excitement, connection, significance, growth, and purpose. They explain why people make seemingly irrational choices, why relationships succeed or fail, and why certain goals, no matter how grand, leave us feeling incomplete. Think about it. Why do some people take incredible risks for adventure, while others cling to safety and predictability? Why does helping someone else bring such a profound sense of satisfaction? Why do moments of deep connection, achievement, or contribution feel so life-changing? The answer lies in the needs that we all share but meet in different ways. Imagine if you could uncover these hidden forces, understand exactly what drives your behavior, and use that knowledge to live with clarity and fulfillment. Imagine knowing why you make the choices you do, and how to align your actions with what truly matters to you. What would your life feel like if every decision brought you closer to lasting happiness and purpose? What if you could stop chasing empty rewards and start fulfilling the needs that give life meaning? The truth is, you don't have to guess anymore. You can discover the blueprint that guides every human being and finally understand the key to living fully. Every human being is driven by forces that are often invisible yet incredibly powerful. These forces shape our decisions, our relationships, our careers, and ultimately our happiness. Most of us go through life unaware of what truly drives us, following routines and pursuing goals because society tells us to, or because we think it's what will make us happy. Yet deep down, there's a part of us that feels unfulfilled, restless, or disconnected. This feeling isn't a flaw, it's a signal. It's your mind and body trying to tell you that certain fundamental needs are not being met. These needs are universal, shared by everyone, regardless of age, culture, or background. They are the invisible motivations behind every choice, every action, and every reaction. Understanding them provides a map to our own behavior and opens the door to more conscious, fulfilling living. When we ignore them, we end up chasing superficial solutions, money, status, material possessions, or fleeting pleasures that offer temporary satisfaction but never true fulfillment. The complexity of life often masks the simplicity of these needs. At any given moment, you might seek comfort and stability, crave excitement and novelty, desire recognition, long for meaningful connections, pursue growth, or want to contribute to something greater than yourself. Each of these needs plays a role in shaping your behavior. Some of them dominate your choices, while others are neglected, creating imbalance, frustration, or inner conflict. Recognizing these needs isn't just about self-awareness, it's about empowerment. Once you understand what drives you, you can start making deliberate choices that satisfy your needs in healthy, sustainable ways. You can break patterns that leave you stuck, strengthen relationships that matter, and pursue goals that resonate deeply, rather than superficially. This understanding also transforms how you see the world. You start to understand why people behave the way they do, why conflicts arise, and why certain relationships or careers feel right or wrong. The truth is that these needs guide every human action, from the most mundane decisions to the most life-changing ones. Learning to navigate them is not a theoretical exercise. It's a practical skill that can lead to clarity, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment that feels real, lasting, and attainable. Many people live their lives feeling like they are constantly chasing something they can never quite reach. They achieve goals, acquire possessions, or climb the social or career ladder, yet a persistent emptiness lingers. This emptiness isn't caused by a lack of success, it's caused by unmet fundamental human needs. Without recognizing and addressing these core needs, life can feel like a continuous cycle of frustration, longing, and disappointment. The challenge is that most people try to satisfy their needs in ways that are either temporary, harmful, or misaligned with who they truly are. Someone might chase significance by competing with others or seeking approval, but this often leads to stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. Another person may seek connection through superficial relationships, only to find themselves isolated and lonely, despite constant social interaction. Meanwhile, growth and contribution are often ignored entirely, leaving life feeling stagnant and meaningless. Unmet needs don't just affect personal happiness,
they affect every area of life. Relationships crumble under the weight of unmet emotional needs. Careers stall because people pursue goals that don't align with their inner motivations. Even physical health can suffer when stress, dissatisfaction, and unresolved tension dominate daily life. The subtle yet persistent impact of these unmet needs can leave people feeling trapped in patterns they don't understand and unable to break free. The problem is compounded by the fact that most people aren't even aware of their dominant needs or the ways they are attempting to meet them. This lack of awareness leads to cycles of temporary satisfaction followed by disappointment, often repeating for years or even decades. Many try to fill the void with material success, entertainment, or distractions, but these efforts are like placing a bandage over a deeper issue. They offer short-term relief, but the underlying dissatisfaction remains. In a world that constantly demands more achievement, more recognition, more productivity, it's easy to ignore the signals of unmet needs, yet ignoring them only amplifies the problem. Without understanding what truly drives us and how to meet those needs in healthy, sustainable ways, people remain stuck in cycles of frustration, chasing rewards that can never fully satisfy them. This is the hidden challenge that shapes most lives, the struggle to identify, understand, and fulfill the core human needs that dictate every decision we make. To understand why life often feels unbalanced or unfulfilled, it's essential to explore the fundamental needs that drive every human being. These needs shape our thoughts, behaviors, and decisions, often beneath the surface of our awareness. They are not just abstract concepts, they manifest in every choice we make, every relationship we form, and every goal we pursue. By examining these needs, we can uncover patterns in our lives and begin to align our actions with what truly matters. One of the most basic needs is certainty, the desire for stability, safety, and predictability. Humans crave routines and environments where they feel secure. Without a sense of certainty, fear and anxiety can dominate, leading to stress and indecision. However, too much certainty can feel stifling, creating boredom and stagnation. This is where the need for variety and uncertainty comes in. The desire for adventure, novelty, and change. Balancing these two opposing needs is a constant challenge. Too much stability without variety can make life dull, while constant change without stability creates chaos. Another critical need is significance, the desire to feel important, valued, and respected. People seek significance in different ways, through achievement, recognition, or even personal impact. When this need is unmet, it can lead to insecurity, envy, or constant comparison with others. On the other hand, when fulfilled in healthy ways, significance fuels confidence and self-worth. Connection and love is another driving force. Humans are social beings, wired for meaningful bonds and emotional closeness, whether through friendship, family, or intimate relationships. Fulfilling this need creates a sense of belonging and emotional stability. Neglecting it can lead to loneliness, isolation, and emotional distress. Growth and contribution are deeper, more internal needs. Growth is the desire to improve, learn, and evolve personally, emotionally, and intellectually. It drives progress and keeps life purposeful. Without growth, life can feel stagnant and unfulfilling. Contribution, the need to give back or make a positive impact, provides meaning beyond personal satisfaction. People who regularly contribute experience a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment, connecting their lives to something bigger than themselves. By recognizing these 6 needs and understanding how they influence our choices, it becomes possible to identify why we may feel stuck or unsatisfied. It also reveals a blueprint for living more intentionally, allowing us to meet our needs in healthy ways that foster balance, fulfillment, and purpose. Awareness is the first step toward mastering our actions rather than being unconsciously driven by them. Imagine reaching a point in life where everything begins to click, where the confusion, the restlessness, and the constant chase of superficial goals finally make sense. This is the moment when the invisible forces driving your actions become clear. When you truly understand your fundamental human needs, you start to see the patterns that have guided your life, sometimes for the better, sometimes to your detriment. This realization can be both shocking and liberating. You may recognize how often you've sought fulfillment in ways that never truly satisfy. Perhaps you've chased approval or significance at the expense of connection, or pursued excitement while neglecting stability. Maybe you've focused on personal growth but overlooked the importance of contribution. Suddenly, the emptiness you felt isn't mysterious anymore. It's a signal, a roadmap pointing to what you need to adjust in order to live fully. The power of this moment lies in awareness. When you consciously identify which needs dominate your life and which are being neglected, you gain the ability to make deliberate choices. You can start designing a life where each action serves multiple needs in healthy, sustainable ways. Stability and excitement can coexist. Recognition can be balanced with humility. Personal growth can be paired with meaningful contribution. At this point, life stops feeling like a series of random events and begins to feel intentional. You start to notice opportunities to fulfill your needs in ways that are constructive rather than destructive. A difficult conversation becomes a chance for deeper connection. A challenging project becomes an opportunity for growth and significance. A moment of generosity becomes a way to contribute meaningfully. Each action is infused with purpose because it aligns with a clear understanding of what truly drives you. This is more than a theoretical insight, it's a turning point. The clarity that comes from understanding your human needs transforms not only how you see yourself, but how you navigate relationships, career decisions, and life challenges. You no longer react unconsciously to the world around you. You respond intentionally, guided by a framework that ensures your needs are met while creating positive impact. In this moment, the path forward becomes clear. The frustration, confusion, and longing that once defined your life can give way to a sense of balance, fulfillment, and deep satisfaction. The power to design a meaningful, intentional life is now in your hands, waiting to be acted upon. Now that you understand the forces driving your choices and behaviors, it's time to take action. Awareness alone isn't enough. True transformation comes when you consciously apply this knowledge to your daily life. Start by reflecting on your own dominant needs. Which needs are you prioritizing naturally, and which are being neglected? Are you seeking significance at the expense of connection? Are you craving variety but lacking stability? Identifying these patterns is the first step toward designing a life that meets all of your core needs in healthy ways. Once you've recognized your needs, take deliberate steps to fulfill them intentionally. If stability is lacking, create routines or systems that bring consistency and security to your life. If you crave variety, explore new experiences, hobbies, or challenges that ignite your curiosity. Seek significance not through comparison or validation from others, but by contributing your unique skills and strengths to meaningful projects. Deepen your relationships by nurturing authentic connections, offering support, and sharing experiences that matter. Growth and contribution are equally vital. Commit to learning every day, whether it's acquiring new skills, expanding your perspective, or challenging limiting beliefs. Look for ways to give back, help others, or contribute to causes larger than yourself. These actions provide a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment that cannot be achieved through material success alone. Integration is key. Life becomes balanced and intentional when all 6 needs are consciously addressed. Track your progress, notice the changes in your energy, motivation, and sense of satisfaction, and adjust your actions as needed. Remember, this is a journey, not a one-time effort. Consistency in meeting your needs in constructive ways is what creates lasting transformation. Take the first step today. Reflect on one need that has been neglected, and make a concrete plan to satisfy it in a positive way. It could be reaching out to a friend, starting a new project, committing to personal growth, or giving back to someone in need. Small, intentional actions compound over time, creating momentum toward a more balanced, fulfilled life. Your life is the sum of the choices you make and the needs you consciously meet. By acting now, you move from feeling stuck or unfulfilled to living with purpose, clarity, and true satisfaction. Don't wait for circumstances to change. Take control of your needs, design your life intentionally, and unlock the sense of fulfillment that has always been within your reach.